Gura Mahagath, Céhirlach, and thank you for the time. I suppose just firstly, the National Screening Advisory Committee, I think it's been mentioned already here as well earlier. It really is positive to hear of those proposals, particularly around reducing the age for breast screening, to 45, and colorectal as well. And even the idea of having, a home test for doing the smear test, like for the cervical smears. So I just think those are all really positive proposals, and I really would support those proposals if been considered by the National Screening Advisory Committee. The other is just around the supports for radio that we've just heard announced this morning, particularly for regional independent radio stations. All of us in rural areas know how important that is, particularly for the likes of, for me, Galway Bay, Shannonside. They really are a companion for so many people in our rural areas, and they have been struggling. I've spoken with those stations, and they have national funding, like national agencies, state agencies, for example, that will always have advertising, but actual local advertising is down by 30%. That still has not recovered since pre-COVID. So it has been a huge issue. I'm really grateful that our parties have worked together and in government have looked to support those regional independent stations, and to say, and I suppose thank you to businesses who do advertise on radio, because radio reaches all audiences. I suppose just finally, if I might, just following on, I think it's also been mentioned today, but just to highlight as well World AIDS Day and just the impact. I know that it's been mentioned, but just that the particular impact in the Ukraine. And I suppose it is important that we recognise that the flag flies high for the Ukraine and Ireland. We've spoken about this last week, but we as a country do and are a welcoming country to families and people that are coming here from the Ukraine, and particularly coming into Christmas, particularly when you see the likes of families and children that potentially are facing hunger over this period and cold. We need to recognise, remember how lucky and fortunate we are here in Ireland. Gura Mahagath.